Now, I think that being a beginner is a massive unfair advantage when you're starting to do anything, especially on YouTube. It's an unfair advantage that most people don't tap into because of the simplicity and the confidence that we have as a beginner. There's many different advantages, but one of the main ones, and maybe you've seen this meme, the bell curve meme, where at one side you've got the dumb beginner who basically is just keeping things simple, doing the basics. Then on the top of the bell curve, you've got the sort of pro, the amateur pro, the sort of person that knows a bit more, and they're at the top. And it's kind of, they're overcomplicating everything. They're talking about all of the different features that you need. You need SEO, you need to be using tags, you need to be doing all of these different things. You have to be doing high-paced editing. The hooks have to be perfect. Maybe you should do podcasting and then cut up your podcasts. Maybe you should be doing shorts. You just have to do everything. So suddenly they're overcomplicating everything. They're testing out new editing tools, they're buying fancy equipment. So these are the people at the top. And then you've got the guru at the other end of the bell curve who just says, just do the simple stuff, just do the basics. So the guru, the sort of Jedi, basically is saying, just do the basics. That's it. So essentially, the beginner and the guru are saying exactly the same thing. Now, obviously, you need to, the benefit that the guru has is that they now understand why they're doing the simple thing. But the outcome is the same. The beginner had that advantage and maybe was actually getting some results. And I like to think about this as like when you're doing sports and stuff like that. Like I've started learning paddle recently. And it's one of those things that when you're younger, you sort of learn how to hit a ball. Maybe you did a bit of tennis and everything else. So you go there and you do a paddle competition or whatever, and you just start hitting the ball. And actually you're like, hey, I'm actually pretty good at this. This is not too bad. This is relatively easy. Now, obviously you need to learn the rules. You have to learn the rules of the game. But essentially, once you know the rules and how to do the basic rules, all you have to do is try and hit the ball back over the net. And then suddenly you get some lessons, and those experts start telling you, okay, you need to do this, you have to drop the ball at this height for the serve, you need to do this sort of movement, you have to hold it like this. And then suddenly you get worse, and you think, what the hell is going on? So you get worse suddenly as you start to know more. So when you didn't know as much, you were actually better. I know it's the same thing when I did golf. I went to a golf driving range and almost the first ball I hit, sort of Happy Gilmore style, flew down the middle and went straight down there. And obviously people start saying, oh, he's a natural, all of this type of thing. And then they go, wow, that's really well done. Now listen, but you were actually holding it wrong. So what you now want to do is hold it with these ways, have your fingers like this, stick your bum out, shoulders back. And by the time I did all of the things that he said, I couldn't even hit the ball. In fact, I actually sent the golf club flying so far, I think further than the ball itself, which was super embarrassing, and obviously gives you an absolute ton of self-doubt, because suddenly I went from confident amateur, confident beginner, just doing the simple things right, and then I totally messed it up. Couldn't do it, looked and felt awkward, and I threw the golf club as far as I could. Not intentionally, I tell you that, it just slipped out of my hand because of the way I was holding it, and it went absolutely flying. So it's one of those things that we overcomplicate it. And this is exactly the same, I find, with content creation and YouTube itself. So we want to get started, and as a beginner, you just start creating content. You just start creating videos, and that's all you actually had to do, really, in the beginning. Sure, you have to understand the basic rules. You need to understand to get the basics right of exactly how YouTube works. You do want to make sure that you're picking your avatar. You want to make sure that you've got your niche right, that you're picking your niche angle, because that's obviously your GPS. You want to know who you're actually creating content for, and so that YouTube can actually share your content out to the right people. So, I mean, if you want help with that, I will put a link to our community in the video description where you can get my help making sure that you're getting started in the right way and you understand the basic rules and everything else. But essentially, once you understand who you're making content for and what they actually want and what they want from watching your videos, then you should just start creating content. That's it. Just start creating content and you'll feel much more confident by stripping things back and keeping things simple. The simplicity gives you the confidence and the ability. Now, obviously, we want to gradually improve as we're going. So it's not that we just always do the basic minimum content. You still want to get better at your storytelling. You want to get better at creating your videos. You want to improve the quality, improve the sound. Yes, there's lots of different things that you want to do over time, but you don't have to do it all at once. Much like me with the golf club, as soon as I tried to do all of the things that the expert told me to do, I couldn't do it. I felt overwhelmed, felt difficult, felt awkward, I didn't enjoy it, and I stopped. But if I did little things, maybe getting the grip right for the first couple of sessions, then the next one trying to get my posture right, and if I gradually improved as I went through it, while enjoying the process, then I may have actually stuck with it. But instead, I never went back and I never did it again. So that's where simplicity and keeping things simple is a massive unfair advantage, especially when it comes to content creation, but generally in anything in life. It really is. Keep it simple, you know? Do the basics. Don't be that person at the top that's overcomplicating everything. The sort of Dunning-Kruger effect where the more you know, the less you realize you do know, and the more self-doubt that creeps in. So yeah, understand obviously who you're serving and just do the basics. Just press record. That's all you have to do. And even if you're not in the beginning even uploading your videos, just get used to doing the basics like this. Go outside somewhere quiet, pick up your phone, think of a topic that you want to talk about, make sure it's aligned with your avatar and what they actually want and it's something they're interested in and not just something that you want to create for no apparent reason, because that's something you have to be obviously careful of, because often we just think, no, I want to create 100% organic content. I just want to do my thing. And that's obviously important, but it comes back to this sort of sports analogy where I was saying that you really want to be getting the basics right. You need to understand the rules and the basics, but that's it. So yes, on YouTube, you still have to understand the rules. So I understand that you suddenly see this video and you think, I'm going to go out and I'm just going to start creating content. And I think in terms of practicing, that's great. But at least learn the basic rules, because if I was playing sort of only tennis rules in paddle, then I obviously wouldn't be getting it right. I wouldn't be playing the game properly. So that's it. Simplify things. Ask yourself if you are simplifying them and if you can simplify more, and then give it a try. Just go outside, record. Press record on your computer and just do it.